Okay, everybody. So it's time now to talk about the money. And I am thrilled to do this presentation with you. I'm going to get this just as close as I can. And I think we're good to go. Let me just crank this up a tiny bit. And we should be able to do this. So first of all, I want to welcome all of you, especially that are brand new to the business, because I remember so vividly. It was 27 years ago, this month on August 28th, that I was a brand new babe in the Nu Skin Woods. And I was privileged and blessed to build this business initially with my late husband, Bill Curtin. And my husband, Bill, was literally one of the two smartest men that I've ever known. And he got our compensation plan. And I'm not kidding. He got our compensation plan the first time he saw it. And it took me 3 months of looking at it and looking at it and looking at it to understand how the money was made completely. And I'd been in network marketing before. Some of you know my story. And so what I will share with you is this. Do not get hung up on the details. Do not think that you have to learn and understand every single aspect of the compensation plan until you get started in building your business. It's called analysis paralysis, and it stops so many people, especially those elephant type personalities, more of that. And God bless Sarah. I know you will not take this personally. A lot of engineering type mindsets feel like I must know how every T is crossed and I is dotted. The way that you will learn this compensation plan is by living it and by following the path as you matriculate from a distributor to going through executive qualification to executive into leader, which means you're an executive building other executives. So I'm going to start today by going through some basic terminology for you. And I want to let you know that there's some acronyms that you're going to hear bantered about that you're going to go, wait a minute, what was that? They're all online. And remember this, you can dial 800-487-1000 Monday through Friday and get distributor support and ask any questions about the compensation plan. Of distributor support, then once you're an executive, your account manager, and then once you're Lapis, your sales manager, and then once you're Blue Diamond or Team Elite, we get to deal with Amy and Daryl. And that's worth getting there just for that. So the first term I want you to write down in your notes is retail profit. Now that is the difference between what you pay for a product and what you sell it for. Now, Nu Skin has what we call suggested retail prices. And that suggested word is the operative one. You can sell your Nu Skin products for whatever you choose. And the difference between what you pay and what you charge is called your retail profit. Okay? The next thing that you're going to want to learn is called Fast Start Pay. And I'm going to use that acronym, especially for time today. Fast Start Pay means a cash bonus paid to the sponsor of the distributor under which a certain package or product is purchased. And let's just take, for example, our beauty box. We pay, the wholesale price is $99. It has a $20 Fast Start Pay associated with it, okay? And that cash bonus is paid to the sponsor of wherever that was purchased. Now, in addition to Fast Start Pay, we have commissions. And commissions are certain percentages that are paid on the PSV, and that is another acronym that stands for personal sales volume, or it also stands for points sales volume. every product in our catalog or in our online catalogs that has a price associated with it, you need to look below that price to see what the PSV is. And that point sales volume is the amount to which your commission percentages are applied. Now, there are other acronyms you're going to want to learn. And the most important one, really, truly, is group sales volume. Okay? Group sales volume applies to everything beyond this point. So, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to talk about where we all start. We all start as distributors. Okay? And the good news about Nu Skin is, unlike corporate America, there is no one holding you back but you. We actually promote ourselves by building volume, by building a distribution channel through which products and services are purchased that have PSV, or that have personal sales volume, and that accumulate into what is called group sales volume. So the first thing, and I always like to diagram out the compensation plan. And the reason is I really believe that you learn more when you actually draw it out. So if you're not taking notes right now and drawing it out with me, I'd recommend that you do. Because if I have the chance to do that with someone, whether it's on a FaceTime live like this, or a Blue Jeans meeting like we're doing today, whatever it might be, I think people learn more and comprehend more when they actually see it build in front of their eyes. So in this diagram, you are a distributor, and that's where we all start. Now, when you purchase products yourself, that's called personal sales volume, okay? Products purchased under your own U.S. ID number, or Canada or Mexico or whatever country you're in. That personal sales volume purchased under you those are products that you purchase personally. Now, as a distributor, we can do several things. Number one, we can create retail customers that have their own online U.S. or Mexico, and I'm just going to say U.S. for today, ID number. And when products are purchased by a customer under their own number, you will receive a commission. Now, the next type of customer that we have is called a preferred customer. Now, a preferred customer is maybe a sister or best friend or whomever it might be that you choose to gift with an account that will allow them to purchase at distributor pricing, at wholesale pricing. And again, that's a gift you can give people. It's free to sign someone up as a distributor, as a retail customer, as a preferred customer. It's always free to sign up in Nu Skin. Now, the next type of customer is called an ADR customer. And that automatic delivery rewards program has incredible benefits. And it's not the least of which is the first 12 months you have products on auto ship. Now, please understand this is not a contract. You can cancel it or put it on hold at any time, although you do not want to do that without using your reward points first. And you can change the composition or the components of that ADR order each and every month. Maybe you don't need a certain cleanser or a certain nutritional product every single month, but you want to add something else this month that you didn't need the month before, that you need now. Okay, so you can change the composition. But when you keep it consistent, you get 20% free product credits your first 12 months, and then the 13th month going forward, you guys, it goes to 30%. This is how, in many people's perspectives, we build our retirement income, because these are people that get products shipped every month. So you can go to You know, you can go to Tuscany in Italy for a month or a year and your check still comes in because people are getting products every single month. These people also can order every single month. These people get rewards. The next thing you can do is you can sponsor other distributors. Now, here's an important element to understand, and that's why I'm putting this in red. This is called level 1 volume. And as a distributor, you receive 5% commission on the PSV of everyone on your first level. That's the only commission that you receive. You'll receive your retail profit. You'll receive your fast start pay. But the only commission that you receive as a distributor is on level 1 volume. You receive 0% on your own personal sales volume. In addition, when these distributors start to sponsor out other distributors, and this is a crazy business. Sometimes you'll bring in someone and you're just absolutely sure they're going to become a team elite and make you $1 million, and they do absolutely nothing. And the person that you think was, I don't think they've got much potential. Oh my God, they go ballistic. You never know what's in someone's heart. Okay? Very important point though. Anything below level 1, you make 0% commission. So, do you want to get paid on all this volume in addition to level 1? Of course you do. And in order to do that, you need to become an executive. And what I want you to understand about what I'm about to share with you in qualifying to become an executive is that even though you're not getting paid on this volume, that volume all counts as what we call group sales volume, GSV. And it's group sales volume that will qualify you to become an executive. So now we're going to move in to executive qualification. Okay? Now, if you're going to draw executive qualification out for someone, you want to draw 6 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And across the top here, you're going to put your months. Now, we happen to be in August. So August, September, October, November, December, January. The next thing you want to do is you want to draw 4 rows. And this will explain to someone why getting to executive faster is better. Now, we have a term in executive qualification called fast tracking. Now, you can fast track in August and become an executive effective September 1st when you and your team accumulate 4,500 points of group sales volume. Now, does it have to be a team? Do you have to sponsor other distributors? Absolutely not. And we have people become executives literally by their own posting on social media and selling of our whitening paste and possibly other products because they've got huge social networks. It used to be almost impossible to do this as a distributor by yourself. But keep in mind, you don't have to be a distributor by yourself. I'm sorry, guys, I cannot take messages right now. But when you accumulate 4,500 points of PSV in a single month, you would become an executive on the 1st of the next month. So on September 1st, you would be promoted to executive. It's not retroactive. Now we get paid on the 15th of the following month is when you would get your first executive check. And you do want to make sure you're on direct deposit, and that check goes directly into your bank on 12:01 a.m. on the 15th of every single month for the month prior. Now, this is the month that you would be paid, the volume you would be paid as an executive. Now, in order to begin the executive qualification process, you can do that in any month in which you accumulate 1,000 points of group sales volume. Now, you might have done 2,000 points of group sales volume this month, but we're just going to do it for simplicity's sake, say 1,000 this month. But in the second month, you did 3,500 points. Add those together, 1,035, you got 4,500 points. You're an executive on the 1st of October, and your first executive check is going to be on November 15th. Okay? Now, we used to call this the slow boat to China, but I don't think that's fair. I think it's a very worthy thing for anyone to get to executive. And if it takes 3 months, God bless you, it takes 3 months. The key is to build a customer base. And I really want to make that point to you all. Buying your way to executive is a sure way to almost guarantee that you're not going to hold executive status. And I hope I'm not stepping on any leaders' toes here, but what I want you to understand, I am going to check because I keep getting messages. Okay, no, this has nothing to do with my presentation. I thought someone was maybe telling me I couldn't be heard. 1,000 points, when you build 20, 30, 40, 50 good customers that you offer high touch customer service to, they will stay loyal to you. And when they need to buy other products, we have more products than just toothpaste. They will trust you because you take care of them. And customer service is something we really are focusing on more and more and more. But 1,000 points of GSV, and it would have been this month as well, you get to submit your LOI. That stands for letter of intent. And it's simply a click in volumes and genealogies. If you need help, call that 800 number or get in one of your new distributor chat groups and ask for support. Now, this is a minimum. If you do 1,000 your first month, your second month, you must do a minimum of 1,500. If you did 1,300, that volume does not count towards getting to 4,500. And 2,000 in your third month, you'd be an executive on the 1st of November, and your first check as an executive, meaningful check, would be December 15th. And there's also one more possibility, and that's, let's say you did fall short in your second or your third month, you didn't make it. You get to take what we call, meaning that you do not fall out of qualification. You are still in qualification. You simply must repeat or actually accomplish your second month here, meaning 1,500, 2,000 this month. You're an executive on the 1st of December, and your first executive check is January 15th. Now, do you see why getting to executive faster is better? Okay, so we're going to move on now. And the good news is this will be recorded, so if you need to go back and listen to it again, you can. Now, once you are an executive, your executive bonus, now you're going to get paid on your whole organization, remember? So you are now an executive, and putting that star as my icon for you being an executive. Now, a gentleman by the name of PhD Dr. Charles King has taught a college-accredited course in network marketing at the University of Illinois in Chicago. And he has created a checklist of how you would know the ideal company in network marketing. And one of the first things he says is beware the compensation plans that limit the width of your first generation. Some have two that you only, and and I use this word in my opinion, they dupe the unsuspecting public into believing that this is an easier compensation plan than Nu Skin or any of the major leaders, most of the major billion-dollar companies in network marketing, and there's only 11 of us, use what is called a breakaway compensation plan with compression. Don't get confused by that. But that's the type of comp plan we have. Some of these binaries or trinaries, quite frankly, I think are a way of duping the public, because you will only be paid on the leg that has the least volume. And they feed the leg by sponsoring distributors under the strong leg. And all of that unpaid commission goes to the company. And that's called breakage in our industry. So beware anybody telling you that our compensation plan is too hard and theirs is easier. There is no limit to the width of your first generation. Now, remember that 5% on level 1 volume? Will you keep that? And to that, and I'm just going to, time-wise, ask you guys to use your imagination and understand that this is your circle group, and there's a lot more people in it probably by now. Group sales volume is here, okay? But now, in addition to the 5%, you're going to make 9 to 15% commission. And how it works is the more you do, the more you get paid. When your group sales volume is 2,000, and I want you to have selective amnesia right now and forget that you ever heard me say you can maintain your executive status with 2,000 points. And there's reasons for that I'll explain in just a minute. But if you do 2,000 in group sales volume, you're going to make 9% commission. If you do 3,000, you're going to make 10% commission. If you do 5,000, you're going to make 11% commission. If you do 10,000, you're going to make 12% commission. If you do 15,000, you're going to make 13% commission. If you do 25,000, or when you do 25,000, you're going to make 14%. And when you do 50,000 or above, and I know there's people on here, I can't name their names, but their initials are DG, did 50,000 in volume in her second month in the business, you guys. Crazy volumes are happening now that have never happened in Nu Skin before, because of the power of social media and what you're going to be learning from these new leaders that are raising the bar in Nu Skin every single day. So stay on and make sure that you listen to these future classes. Now, that means that 15%, when you did 50,000 in volume, would be added to 5%. So you'd make 20% on the PSV on your first generation, okay? So that's your executive bonus. And do you notice something? The more you do, the more you get paid. The reason we attract so many people from corporate America, and especially high-end outside sales, like I was in high-end medical device sales. The first $100,000 of sales, maybe you make 8% commission. The next 100,000, you make 5% commission. The next 100,000, you make 3% commission. Why? Because they don't want you making more money than the vice president or the president. They're going to trim your wings. They're going to cut your territory. They're going to tell you, since you're so good, Karen, we're going to cut your physical geographical territory in half and raise your quota to make your bonuses, because you're so good, you can do more with less. And when that happens to people, believe me, when they see that they can own what they build here, and that the more they do, the more they get paid, it's nirvana to those people that are really true producers. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go through leadership. Now, leadership means that you are an executive and you are building other executives. Now, I'm going to tell you the black and white of our comp plan, and then I'm going to have you have selective amnesia. Okay, now we pay 5% down 6 generations of executive teams, and that's the operative word here, teams. Now I'm going to use this little diagram as my means of showing an executive. Okay, that person, that's one person, and everybody that's in that team that's not an executive, that's in their circle group, that comprises their group sales volume. This will be the icon I'm going to use. Now, we actually make 5% down 6 generations, but only if we're doing 3,000 points in group sales volume. You can maintain, can I spell TAIN? You can maintain your executive status at 2,000 GSV, but guess what? You're only going to get paid 2.5% on your breakaway executives. So forget you even know this number. Your target for executive, and really that's thinking minimum. One of my best friends in this business is Sean Brady, Team Elite Sean Brady, and Sean comes from the greatest abundance mentality of almost anybody I've ever met. We need to teach you to take the limits of just getting by off and set your goal for 10, 20, 30,000 in group sales volume, not just sneaking by with the minimums, okay? Now, just for the sake of diagramming, I'm going to take this off and we're going to start again. So we're going to get paid 5% down 6 generations. Okay? And this is you. And this, when I'm diagramming this out, draw 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw blank circles underneath each one of these 12 lines. And then I'm going to take my red marker and I'm going to mark 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, and then I'm going to draw a line down here. Now, when you come into this business, you become an executive, and I'm just going to say you sponsor in your best friend, Dodie, okay? You sponsor in your best friend, Dodie, into the business. Dodie says, I want to be a leader. While Dodie is in qualification and building her organization, okay, all of her volume counts towards your 3,000 GSV target, okay? Dodie's in qualification, month 1, month 2, month 3. While she's building her organization, all of her volume counts towards your 3,000. But once Dodie finishes qualification, she and her entire organization, and I'm going to take this and put it in red, they break away from you. They no longer count. She now must maintain her 3,000 points separately, but your mind's going to trick you in the beginning and you're going to go, well, why do I want her to break away? Because I was making 9 to 20% commission. She's on my front line. Wouldn't it be better for me to just kind of hold her back? Absolutely not. Number one, ethically, we always have to operate in what is in the best interest of the distributor, not me personally. And what's in Dodie's best interest is she makes that 9 to 20% so she can make her family's dreams come true, okay? And so Dodie now is broken away, and now you must maintain, take 3,000 with what is left in your group. And that's why we say never put your feet up on the coffee table when you sponsor in a big leader. Never think you're going to get rich off of one person, because in our compensation plan, in order to tap into the depth, we have to build leaders wide. But what happens is your title changes. You go from being an executive to being a gold executive. And now you're going to get paid 5% on this entire circle group, no matter how big it gets. Okay? So 5%. But remember, you got to maintain your 3,000 now. Now we call it pin title. You'll hear that term because when you become a gold executive, you're going to get a pin a gold pin to put on your lapel of a suit jacket, for example. So that's what pin title means. Now, when Dodie recruits one of her dear friends, Amy, okay, and Amy becomes an executive on your second level. Now, here's the key. In order for you to get paid 5% on a second level group, you must have added another front level executive. If you don't, and if you're not a Lapis executive with 2 front level executives, you will not get paid 5% on this second level group. So to get paid on a second level group, you have to be a Lapis. Now, so in order to tap into the depth, we have to build leaders wide. Now, in order to tap into level number 3, Angela, okay? Angela. Angela Dunn, amazing leader. These girls are amazing leaders, okay? Angela, in order for you to get paid 5% on a third level executive, now it's going to start jumping by 2s. You must become a Ruby executive. And Ruby executives get paid 5% on any third level. Lapises get paid 5% on any second level. To get paid on the fourth level, I think you guys are getting it now. You've got to build 2 more executives and be what we call an emerald executive. Emerald executives, let's see, Lapises get paid on third, emeralds get paid on fourth, and now you're going to get paid 5% on any fourth level executive. To get paid on a fifth level executive, you need to build 2 more front level executives and be what we call a diamond. Diamond executives get paid 5% on any fifth level executive, and to get paid on our deepest level is a big jump, you guys. The reason we hold blue diamonds. And big shout out to Dodie, Amy, and Angela that all broke blue diamond in 4 months, you guys. We hold them in the highest regard. There's a big jump between 8 and 12, and blue diamonds are capable of being paid 5% on 6 levels. Okay? Now, everything beyond this point, levels 13, executive 13, 14, and 15 that will get you to Team Elite, you get paid double on. And we'll go through that when you get there, okay? Or when we have time. Now, let's talk real quickly about the bonus pools. We have 2 types of bonus pools. We now have the Q pool. Now the Q pool, you cannot be in the Q pool in your LOI month. You cannot be in the Q pool in your LOI month. You must be in Q1 or Q2. And in Q1 or Q2, so you've already done 1,000 points, right? In order to have an LOI, and you have to have done 1,000 points. But in either a Q1 or Q2, that you and your group of distributors, you're a distributor, they're all distributors, okay? Do a minimum of 4,000 points in GSV. That will give you 4 shares. 1,000-point increments equal shares in the bonus pool when it's above 4,000 GSV. So when you do 4,000 points in GSV in Q1 or Q2, you've got 4 shares. Now, what is a share worth? The company takes all the revenues from Alaska to Argentina, and they put a percentage of those revenues. And I call it's not literally a fishbowl, but imagine it goes into a fishbowl. And what determines the value of the shares is how much money is in that fishbowl divided by how many shares were earned that month. And a share can go from $75 up to about $300. And we never know what those shares are going to be month to month. But the goal is shoot for the stars and understand this is unlimited. If you do 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 in group sales volume in Q1 or Q2, those are months, okay? Then you have 10, 20, 30, 50 shares in the bonus pool. And last but not least is the leadership pool. And the leadership pool, also called the executive by some people pool. Number one, you must be an executive. Must be executive. Okay, and you must have 3,000 greater than or equal to 3,000 in GSV. Now, how do you earn shares in the leadership pool? And you must have 5 shares to be in the leadership pool. You only needed 4 shares to be in the Q pool, and that was determined by 1,000-point increments of group sales volume. Your leadership pool, there's several different ways to earn shares. So this is you're an executive. This is your circle group. This person LOI'd last month and they're in Q1 this month, and they do their minimum 1,500 points. That means they completed Q1. That's 1 share in the bonus pool. This person over here was in Q2 and they finished their 2,000 month. They were in Q2. That's a share in the bonus pool. This person, another Q1. Okay? So right now, you'd have 1,500, 2,000 group sales volume. Those would be 3 shares in the bonus pool. How else do you get shares in the bonus pool? And this is so cool. When you are an executive, remember that star represents executive, and you have new executives on your front line, and that means new for their first 3 months. And these are your frontline executives, okay? Any of your frontline executives do 3,000 in GSV, they count as a share in the bonus pool. So maybe you had, and this could be in any one of their first 3 months. So maybe they didn't do 3,000 their first month, but they did 3,000 their second month. In that month, they will count for you as one of your 5 shares in the leadership pool. Now, I know we covered a brand new language today. We covered a whole bunch of percentages and numbers today, and your head's probably swimming, especially those of you that are newer. So please do understand this. Don't get bogged down thinking you have to understand anything but one thing. Build a strong customer base that will sustain 3,000 points in volume without you being in desperation mode at the end of every month. And do it as fast as you can, because faster is better. And so on that note, I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to stop the broadcast. Tracy, is that what you want me to do?
Yes, Karen, that was so amazing. You are so good at just simplifying how to understand the compensation plan and the bonus pool. And just so everybody knows that has plugged in to your training, we will be editing and uploading and reposting all of these recordings within NS Training, as well as those who registered. It'll be in the Success Solutions Academy page to allow you to share with your teams if they were unable to plug in. So with that said, we'll go ahead and close out of this, and I'm I've figured out my little problems with my blue jeans now that I'm connected through Rick's account. Our next speaker, we will start in 1 minute, so plug right back on. So Karen, say bye to everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.